gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matter of Opinions. It's your girl Tess, and we have a special guest, Rudy.
What's up, everybody? How y'all living?
So, welcome Rudy to the chat. Hello, Moosers gang. How are you guys? How was everybody's weekend? I hope you guys enjoyed a safe, fun 4th of July. If anybody is new watching here and not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and tell a friend and tell a friend. And what, Rudy?
Tell a friend and get another nigga in here to tell a friend. You heard?
Right. So, how are you guys? So, Rudy, how you been, bro?
Chilling, man. I'm chilling. You know, getting ready for this baby, y'all. Getting ready for this baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Rudy is pregnant. Hi, Chevy Man. Hi, Trav. Hi, Ash. Hi, Meek. You said you're not. Yes. If you're okay, men. This is a PSA. If your female is pregnant, you both are pregnant. We pregnant together, okay?
No.
You're pregnant. You get the cravings, right?
No.
You gain the weight, right? The only thing you don't do is get the birth.
Yeah.
Try to ignore it. Hi, Chronicles.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was talking to one of the homies. I couldn't hear you. What you were saying? Something about pregnancy.
Whatever.
Okay.
So
cool.
Bamboo is sick, guys. So remember how he had the trickle in the back of his throat? So yeah, that's literally. Listen, he has a trickle in the back of his throat, and so he's actually really sick right now. Like he's not doing well. I told him I think he need to get tested for COVID. He talking about, oh, it's not, it's just a little sick. Maybe it's the flu. Bro, flu season is over. Not that you can't get the flu outside of the.
He knows that she.
No. So anyway, bro probably got COVID, guys, and so we're gonna pray for him and pray that he has a quick recovery.
His mama bear. If something hurt too much, are you okay? Listen, CMOS, we're gonna get you. Hold on, let me get you some baccarat root. We're gonna get you right.
Listen, you know me. I'm gonna go into protective mode, and
she getting mommy mode crazy.
Yeah, I just hope that he's better, like in all seriousness, and then
shout out to my boy though. Get him right.
We'll see for Friday. We're gonna play it by ear. We just gonna see. We want him to recover. I don't want him to have to worry about this, and so we have Rudy. That
all right. So look, before we get started, I just got one thing to say. Last time I was on here and I was with my phone, everybody was shitting on me. So now, I had to put my laptop. You know what I'm saying?
No, not your laptop, your MacBook, where you should have been Team Apple from the beginning.
All right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be an iPhone nigga, but I fuck with Mac though. I do fuck with Mac.
Okay. It's the same operating system, bro. It's the same thing. So you should have let that Android sit back like it's doing right now.
I'll exit out of this shit because I'm not. I'll exit out of this shit because I'm not about this shit today. This early.
And so, yes, now we're going to get into some topics, guys. We have a couple of things that we wanted to touch base with you guys. I guess we'll give it another minute just to give the people time to join. I see people are still coming in. Hi, Sheila. This is Rudy.
Sheila start her shit. She know who I am. Sheila be blacking on me every time we in the comments together.
Yeah, but she don't.
Like, who this?
Sheila, this is Rudy. And for anybody watching, this is our Moosters family joining us live here. Bamboo is sick, so that's where he is. He's out for today. So just wish him, speedy recovery and all the safe wishes. I don't know if he's watching right now, coughing up a lung, but knowing Bamboo, he's gonna have something to say. So So yeah. So anywho, okay.
I remember you now. Of course you remember me. But go ahead.
So wait, I know last time you said you couldn't wait to get on the live to talk junk because you couldn't hear us responding to you. So this
Nah,
is gonna be your
like,
little.
listen. I like engaging in conversation. You know what I'm saying? One time, I remember when I first got on here, everybody was like, "Oh, Rudy's really passionate. Yeah, he's passionate. Yeah, I like to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm intellectual, so I like the back and forth. I don't want to just get my point across and don't hear what you got to say. Let's get it."
Right. So we got Bella. Hi, Bella. Did you guys see BM is watching? I know he wasn't gonna be laying there sleeping how he should be.
Yeah.
How he should be.
I'm here. Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah. So I do hope you feel better though. We miss you. We love you. And like I said, hopefully we'll see you Friday. If not, we gonna wait. We hanging. We riding for you. Okay, BM? We riding. Okay. Now, with that being said, we're gonna get into some of the topics. Now, last live, we didn't really get to dive into it because we kind of diverted a little bit. But I wanted to talk about how the 4th of July and if you guys feel like should Black people really be celebrating the 4th of July because of obvious reasons, with it being that our Independence Day didn't come back in what was it, the 1700s or whatever.
It was 1865.
No, 1865. That was after once we got the notice. But I'm talking about when America got its independence.
Okay, my fault.
So that was in the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
We still were slaves. So what we celebrating for? And then
I got two perspectives on that though, Des.
And then, okay, once okay, so America got its independence, we were still slaves. Then once they freed the slaves, abolished slavery, right? So once they did that, we still wasn't free because we ain't know shit. So by the time we found out, and hence we have Juneteenth Day to celebrate. That's when we were recognized, like we knew we were free. We found out, we discovered that we were free. So go ahead, share your thoughts on the whole thing.
Okay, so let's fix that just a little bit. Only that part right there. So a lot of people don't realize that it was Galveston, Texas, if I'm not mistaken, was the place that did not know they were free. A lot of Confederate places held it down tight to where, like, of course, if you can't read and you don't know stuff, yeah, keep working, homie. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all of us that didn't know that we weren't free, but it was a small place where these people are just like us. So we felt their pain, 2 years after they finally being let free. So again, I'm one of those people. America is America, bro. Like, but I'm American, right? Like I'm Jamaican, my mother, grandmother, father, grandfather. I'm Jamaican, but I'm American. So yes, Juneteenth is very important to me, right? It's a part of my heritage. It's a part of the people who are me, my ancestors. It's everything that I am as a Black person. I love it. But at the same time, I'm still American. So that's that, you know what I'm saying? That's that thing. And that.
So all right, I pulled it up, right? So the July 4th, it was 1776 that we had our Declaration of Independence, and
where America came free from the Queen.
So, but wait, right. So, but they didn't abolish slavery until 1865.
Guaranteed.
So that's
money.
80-something years later. Again, this is not even counting Juneteenth. This is sitting Juneteenth to the side, right?
You talking about the Emancipation Proclamation?
This is putting that aside, right? Putting that aside, we still wasn't free. Whether you knew it to be free or you didn't know you was free, you still was, doing slave work. Whether you knew or not, it still was over 80 years before anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just still feel like at the end of the day, whether it was just this small subgroup that didn't know that they were free or not, Independence Day meant nothing for us.
For us, guaranteed.
So
I just think the other part of that conversation is the fact that outside of different races, I can't speak for another race because I'm not another race. But just as being Black, y'all know, bro, we make something out of nothing. That's just who we are. We just amazing like that. So yes, this shit got nothing to do with us, but don't nobody party that shit like we do. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody hold it down on the 4th of July like we do. You know what I'm saying? So I get it from both sides of the coin, though. I understand. I'm not ignorant to it. I totally get it.
So for example, yes, they voted
bias against it. I can understand.
Right. They voted against it on July 2nd. So yes, July 2nd is when they voted in favor of it, but then they actually
Lisa, can
declared
I
it
cook? Can you
for
cook first of all? Yeah, I can cook.
January.
She's an idiot. Yeah, I can cook. See how
So
big I am? Yeah, I could cook.
what do you guys in the chat think? Do you guys feel like we shouldn't be going as hard celebrating the 4th of July, and we really like June should really truly be our holiday? Do you feel like even though over 80 years after America was, came from under the Queen's ruling?
The crazy part too is though, this is a part that people don't know. I had to do a little bit of research.
Okay.
In Galveston, Texas, even though it was not considered a big place at the time, it was 200. Let me get closer. 250,000 of us that just found out they was free 2
That's
years after we
crazy.
actually originally free. That's the crazy part. And like I was saying
Right.
earlier, when we had like a sidebar, like a lot of people don't know this, so this is why I'm saying it. Some people who were in the South at the time that we were free, in between 1865 to 1877, some formal slaves did receive reparations. They did not receive what they were told. They didn't receive their 40 acres or their mule, but they did receive some form of compensation. Not everybody, but a small group. A small group did receive. So
Yeah. So 250K is crazy work because, like
that's
you said,
crazy,
if
bro.
that's supposed to be considered a small group, right? How
Facts,
the
bro.
fuck was we ever minorities?
That's
How
a
the fuck,
fact.
or was it just again another mind control thing to make us think that we're the minority so that we don't come and overturn and overthrow what they got going on? Because
I'm
there's no
honest
way,
with that.
one slave owner had hundreds and hundreds of slaves, right?
And it's only 12 of these niggas on
One
there.
to one.
That's how mentally they fuck with us. Like, for example, right? A lot of people who don't know, we haven't had this conversation, of course, because we family. But a lot of people don't know that I'm not from Georgia, right? I'm from New York and I live in Georgia. I can just imagine just my thought process, right? I had these conversations with my family, right? When I'm like, yo, if something go wrong, where the fuck I go? Like, nigga, I don't really know Georgia like that. You know what I'm saying? I know my immediate area, but God forbid if everything go wrong here, where do I run? Could you imagine somebody that's not from this country? Can you imagine somebody who doesn't speak the language? Can you imagine everybody looking to kill you who don't look like you? And some people who look like you will sell you out. I couldn't imagine that type of paranoia. So yeah, it's 100 of us in this motherfucker, and we probably can murder every nigga moving. But where we going? We can't stay here because the moment a nigga come here and something he telling, so where are we going? So that's the part of the mental warfare that was plagued upon us at that time that I think us in modern times don't understand, because like even when Kanye said that dumb shit, I know y'all remember that, when Kanye was like slavery was a choice, and you know what I'm saying? I understood what he was trying to say, right? Because the numbers outweighed their numbers. But again, we're from a foreign place. Even let's just say you brought all these slaves here 400 years. Let's just say 100 years after you brought all of them here. So that means pretty much half of the ones that came from Africa actually wiped out, right? And everything now is homegrown. Everyone was probably born in America at this time. They still don't know where the fuck they at. Excuse me. They still don't know how to read. Thank you. They don't know how to read. What do you do? Think of a language barrier. Think of a baby. When you're raising your kids and your kids is trying to tell you they're hungry, outside of crying, how can they explain that to you? That's the same process of somebody who can't speak, especially proper. You know what I'm saying? The moment that even if you stole their clothes and you walked out in their clothes and you look very professional, nigga, the moment you open your mouth, I know you a slave. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
if I tell you, hey, read this paper, and you can't do
you
it.
feel me? Let alone ask you for your papers, but read this right here, nigga. Oh, you free? You free? Read this right. What this say? What this say right here, player? Oh, all right. Get this nigga in the back.
I
You know
get
what
him
I'm
in the
saying?
back.
Like, I don't want to get off topic, but I'm just saying, like, look at 12 Years a Slave. It's one of my favorite movies. I love watching that movie. It hurts watching it, right? I think what I love about it is just how intelligent he was and how he was just showing these niggas like I'm smarter than you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this man was taken from his family. married with kids, had a business.
I couldn't imagine. Like, I just couldn't. I could not imagine living. I would have been killed a long time ago because,
so
baby, it's not.
I understand why people have the hatred for that. Yeah, Ash, that shit made me cry too. Especially when he was leaving. Especially when he was leaving, he was going to his family, and Lupita was sitting there crying. That shit broke me. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine, man. I couldn't imagine. So to say to some people like shove 4th of July down somebody's throat, I can't agree with that. So I'm with you on that one. I am with you on that one. But I think too, the hardest part about being black in America is the fact that I'm not African, right? So I hate the terminology African American. That shit bothers me, right? Nothing against anyone from another country.
Okay, so right, that's you because you know that your descendants come from Jamaica. But what about those of us that don't know where the fuck we come from?
You come from America.
I'm just black. I'm just black. No, but I didn't.
But that's my point. Look, you just. I'm saying, Des, you helped my point. You just helped my point.
Ancestors. So, but here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. I'm just saying you don't want to be called African American. But what if I really am African American? I don't know. I could be. I don't know. I could be Native American for all I know. I don't know where they actually. You said it's ghetto. It's not ghetto.
Yeah, ghetto. I ain't gonna lie. This shit bad.
So, but my thing is, when you take culture away, it actually shapes who you are as a person, not having a sense of identity, not having a sense of connection, not having a sense of culture. When you take that and you strip that from a person and you just make them feel like when kids get adopted, why do you think they go so hard to find their biological parents so they can know
no matter what they've been
who you are? It feels like you've missed a part of yourself, like you lost a part, you don't know who you are. And I feel like that also was a part of,
Let me respond to Sheila because I be in these comments. So I want to say this, right? I get that you accept that you're African American. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is a lot of people who, let's just say you were descendants of an African slave, right? That is a part of your ancestry. I can't take it from you. The same thing with me. I probably was, right? I know that my grandmother and them came from Jamaica, but what if they came from Africa first? What if they came from Africa? They was brought, another thing people don't talk about, they were brought to America. Some were then taken from America to the Caribbean. So
they were brought all over the place.
I could be that, right? There's no argument with you in that one. But I think the stigma that comes with African American, and then you get Africans who come from Africa to America, and the confrontation that we have with them, I don't want to be confused. So that's what
it's not the same. It's not the same. It's a different, and honestly, I wouldn't even want to take that away from a true African American. I wouldn't want to appropriate that culture. But I want to answer. So Chronicles had asked a question. Rudy, I'm trying to read it to you.
I'm sorry. I got it loud. I'm sorry.
So Chronicle says, Rudy, how do you explain the slave mentality many of our kind have today? We have been here and have learned to read, etc. Why don't we rule this world and still conform to white supremacy? It's because they got their freaking foot on our necks. Anytime we do something, anytime, I feel like this, and this is not an excuse. I feel like half of us have that victim mentality, and I'm going to let you answer. Half of us got that victim mentality, like, oh, woe is me. I came from slavery. My mom didn't know shit. Dad didn't know shit. So I don't know shit. Instead of trying to go and seek answers. Then you got those of us that's willing to push through, but it also still takes a village. It can't take just a small group of us to bring up the entire Black population. But it's then you got the ones that actually, despite all the odds and all of the dynamics that are set up against us, like you have all these laws and rules that are put there purposely to hold us back. So you got those of us that will overcome those loops, and then they come and fuck around and just come and destroy our shit anyway.
I can answer the question. I can answer it for you, and I can speak from my own experience, right? Because a lot of y'all don't know me, and that's fine. I come from two sides of the coin, right? At this day and age, at this time in my life, I am a productive citizen. I am a good guy. I go to work, I come home, I take care of my family. Before that, I was in the streets, right? So to answer your question, what's the difference? I'll tell you. There was a kid that I went to elementary school with, right? His name was Joshua. B and Joshua both lived in the same projects, right? I'm going to start with great-great-grandmother. Did y'all catch that? So
Mm-hmm.
that's 3 generations behind. His
Mm-hmm.
great-great-grandmother was an alcoholic. His grandmother was a crackhead. His mother was an alcoholic, and his father was on heroin, right? Do y'all think he's on drugs today or does any type of substance? Of course he does. He's an alcoholic, right? Because everything, every part of his being has already done that prior to him, right? He has never left the state of New York at the time that I knew him, and he had never left the borough we lived in, which was Harlem. He had never left that, meaning
Hey, Wanda.
he never experienced or saw something different. So I'm going to sprint it home, and I'm going to tell you why some make it and some don't. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to send me away to fresh air camp, and I fucking hated her for it. And the reason I hated her for it is because, again, y'all know how the summer go. Everybody in here, we come from different neighborhoods, but we know the same thing. When the summer hit, I want to be outside. Where's my homies? We going to the park. We going wherever we going, whatever we doing, we want to be outside. And for me, I was mad because my grandmother sent me away. I fucking resented her for it, right? I'm going to swing it around. I know I'm long-winded, but check it like this, right? I got to see a cul-de-sac for the first time. I never knew what the fuck.
Avis or by Avis.
I never knew what a cul-de-sac was. I'm from the projects, bro. You heard? I never really saw houses like that, right? So I'm now every summer I go stay with a white family. Oh, they got a dining room table. They don't just got some little shit sitting in there. They got a big dining room table. Oh, they all sit at the table and eat dinner. So my whole point is I was exposed to something different. Yeah, my boy here. I was exposed.
What up?
I was
Oh,
exposed
you
to
actually
something
look
different.
terrible.
So to answer your
I'm not being funny, but you seem like you really need to get some rest. I
I'm
appreciate A for effort.
Yeah, my boy
I'm
look tired.
rested.
But you,
I'm rested.
But but I feel you. Like I get what you're saying. Why some make it and some don't. I think it's just exposure. I think some of us are exposed to something different, and it makes us go, "Yo, I want that shit." And then some of us see it and go, "Well, if them niggas couldn't do it, what the fuck? Why can't? Which makes you think I can?" Right? So I think that's where we're trapped in a mentality because you start to get caught in between two of those fences, right? Even me, right? So I'm moving up in the world. My finances are growing, and because of my finances are growing, now I want to hang out in different places. I want to see different stuff. But sometimes when I go to these other places, I don't fit in. I don't feel comfortable. I feel out of my skin. They look at me different. They look at me weird. But then when I go back to where I come from, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be around that negativity. I don't want to be around that ghetto shit. I don't want to be a part of it. So now I'm in a place where I'm stuck in the middle, right? So I'm being pulled to where I used to be, and where I'm trying to be don't want me. See what I'm saying? So that's the
you
glass
said
cage.
It cut out. You said when you're where you're trying to be is where?
Where I'm trying to be, they don't want me there. Right? They don't
So
want me there. They don't want me on that side of the fence.
so you get in when you fit in. Yes, I'm
Facts.
saying, and you get in when you fit in, and on some real shit, niggas don't want to be around niggas anyway. You know
Facts,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Thank you, bro.
The whole fucking thing about getting out the projects is to get out the
Is to
motherfucker.
get out the
You know what I'm
motherfucker.
saying? I'm not trying
Yes.
to get out the motherfucker just to go back. I'm gonna go back to visit. But
Telling
niggas
me,
want to
man.
be around niggas anyway. And if
I
you
feel
if you look at all what's going on right now, right? You got fucking Carnival cruises canceling nigga shit. This ain't vacation shit. This nigga shit. You know what I mean? Niggas don't want to be around niggas. And when I say niggas, let me just say this real quick.
Ignorance.
I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying, black people. I'm talking about ignorant people. You know what I'm saying? We put the word nigga on a color. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be for just a particular person.
Ignorance.
You know what I'm
Ignorance.
saying? Exactly. So
Yeah.
niggas don't want to be around niggas. If you make a certain amount of money and you stay around niggas, then you get exactly what the fuck you deserve. The whole thing is to get somewhere. Like I hear what you're saying. Like
Get somewhere
where I'm
safe.
going. Yeah, people don't want to. Because 9 times out of 10, my nigga, by time you get to where you got to go, the niggas in the hood is really envying you, right? So you come back to
You
this
can't go back.
motherfucker.
You
You come
can't
back
go
to
back.
visit. You
That's a
come back to
fact.
visit. These niggas is trying to
later, Wanda.
never in their mind are they thinking, let me get to where Rudy trying to get to. Never get to
Facts.
where Bamboo trying to get to. Never get to where Death's trying to get to. Only thing they thinking is, how can I get what they got?
How can I get what they got?
It.
Yep.
How can I take it? Not how can I earn that shit? How can I
and
take
look,
that shit?
And my fault being to interrupt you, but Chronicles, I hear what you're saying, baby. It is sad. And white people do band together. But here's the little caveat that you fail to realize, right? We're programmed, bro. We are programmed to survive. That's what we came from, right? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was just like, yo, if you look at black relationships and white relationships, I'm talking about when we date each other, right? Not switching up. I'm saying when I
Not
date a black
interracial.
girl and a white guy dates a white girl, like their relationships sometimes even end in ours. Sometimes we fucking hate each other, and they shit. They now hanging out with the new couples. You know the difference is because for us, we saw a future with this person. And the future that we saw with this person was a glimpse of getting out of what the fuck we have. And what we have might not have been good, but I knew with her or with him, we was gonna go somewhere, and that shit ended in a drop of a dime. With them, there are so many opportunities. For us, the opportunities are slim. So that's why sometimes looking at the person next to you, a nigga will sell you out that look like you just to get further. So that's exactly
So
what
I
Bamboo was
agree.
saying.
I agree with that, and also Chronicles, to answer your question, I personally feel like however many years it's going to take for us to stop being in competition with ourselves, start trying to, support one another. And then also the same way how niggas will sit there and they want to take that opportunity. And like you said, they trying to figure out how can they take what you earn, Rudy? How could they take what you earn, BM? How can they take what we earn instead of earning it for themselves? We need to be figuring out how the fuck can we take these opportunities that other races have that we don't have. We need to have that same mentality, that same hustle, and work together. Because again,
hold on 1 second.
Nobody got there by themselves. Nobody got there by themselves.
Yo, shout out Trav, man. We remember Trav. I remember everything. Trav, shout out to you, bro.
Fact.
Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you,
Trav,
bro.
congrats,
we
Trav,
got
man.
Bro. Shout out to you,
Eagle
Trav.
back in the building. Yes.
That's
This is
what's up, bro.
amazing.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yes.
Yo, Des, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I get it where people feel like, yo, we don't have the same opportunities. Me personally, I live in a place called America. And we all, in my personal opinion, I think we all have the same opportunities. I just think that, you know what I'm saying, some people capitalize better than others. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, just think about this, right? We will get our hands on 100,000, right? And before we take that money and invest that into our future, invest that into a house, whatever, we're gonna first throw the biggest party, and we're gonna go get the biggest escalator, whatever, right? Where other people are gonna invest that money, and they're gonna do better with that money, and then they're gonna create generational wealth. Now the question I propose to our people of color, right? When the last time, and I'm not saying you, Des, I don't know about you, Rudy. I'm just saying, when the last time you thought to yourself, let me put $50 to $75 a week into my kid's savings account, so that this way, when they get up to a certain age, they'd have a certain amount. We don't. I tell you one thing we do. We got nice cars. We got nice rims. And I want you to understand that I deliver Amazon, right? And I want you to understand, some of them people's houses really ain't shit. Some of the people live in check to check like we are. Yes, I'm saying. But the difference is they know how to stretch their shit. I know a fucking dude that walked around with fucking duct tape on his shoes, while we walked around with Jordans and shit.
I get
but
what
the
you're
motherfucker
saying.
was saving money.
I think that's a part of the brainwashing, right? I think the part of the brainwashing is, like, for example, I give you an example. It sounds like it's off, but when I swing it around, y'all gonna understand what I'm saying. I drive a 2025 Toyota RAV4, right? Somebody will look at my car and they be like, that shit whack. My shit 30, 40 grand. Same price as a Benz, right? 30, 40 grand. My shit do everything a Benz do. But a nigga will go out and go spend that money on that Benz because of how it's going to make him look.
Exactly.
Rather than driving that Toyota, putting your bread for a couple of years, making a couple of investments, and now, fuck how you look. I know what I got. But you have to remember that, especially in the last, I want to say 20 years, because I really don't think that everybody takes into consideration how technology changed from 2000 to 2025, right? That big ass jump in them little bit of years changed a lot of different shit. So, Bam, I understand what you're saying, right? Because, yeah, a lot of us don't take our money and invest it. A lot of us don't take the opportunity to make our money stretch and to make our money grow. But let's just be real. Outside of TikTok and outside of Instagram recently, when have we learned this? A lot of us are not taught those things. A lot of us, again, once we're exposed to something, we go and seek the knowledge. Other people aren't exposed to it that come
So
from our communities.
so my question is
So wait,
well,
real
as
quick too, before you go to the next thing, I just wanted to address Glenn's comment back up. Glenn said, "What if you're black and white? If you black and white, you black because
black,
you're
you gotta
Well,
that's
they
just
look
what
at you as
you
black.
are. They not
you
yeah.
gotta drop a
If you
you
ain't gonna
gotta
get
drop a
money
black
there,
blood.
you're black.
That's a fact.
You
You
gotta
black.
drop a black blood. That's it. But listen,
But
let me
go ahead.
explain this to you. I want to address Sweat Chronicles also. But she asked a question like when like how long is it gonna take to be reprogrammed?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Sure.
That only, believe it or not, that only takes, in my personal opinion, that only takes one generation,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that generation that I'm talking about is you teaching your
Hey,
kids,
Keith.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That yo,
Yeah, but
this,
everybody or mostly everybody has to educate their kids
yeah,
because
you
that's
gotta
the only
you
way.
gotta grab
Right,
you
you
gotta
gotta
grab your kid, you gotta grab your kid and say, hey, listen, and I got one better for you, Rudy, because I drive a 2014 Suburban, and I don't see the reason to
Facts,
upgrade
bro.
nothing.
And
Oh,
the only reason I got a
I tell you
Toyota is
what,
because I know, Bam, look, you got a 2014, right? I know in 2037, my shit's still gonna be good.
But
That's the only reason
B,
I got it.
all I'm gonna tell you is, I ain't gonna upgrade my truck because I'm upgrading my bank account.
You
You know what I'm
heard?
saying?
Talking.
That
Facts.
motherfucker getting me from A to B and halfway to C, and
Facts.
occasionally I gotta change a spark
Don't
plug or three.
don't care.
But
Don't
it
care
don't.
what a nigga
I don't
think.
give a fuck when no.
Yo, we
But
went out.
Wait,
I can't
Ben,
hear
we
him.
can hear you. We can. You said you
can't
was a
hear
couple
me.
minutes.
There you go. There you go.
Now we can.
So
Yeah, yeah,
Sweat. Let me tell you, and if everybody thought like this, my personal opinion is grab your motherfucking kids and let them know that, listen, this is how you save, and I'm doing this for your generation because our generation already fucked up. Our parents fucked us up,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we could save our kids, and we could just say and say, yo, listen, it ain't all about what you got; it's about what you're gonna get.
Nah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? In the value and shit. You know what I'm
And what
saying?
you gonna
You
do
don't
with it
you
when
don't
you
need
got
to
it?
go out there. You don't need to go out there and purchase a 2025 if your 2013, 2014 is
It's
still
working
running.
it's
perfectly.
working
You know what I'm
perfectly.
saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
You don't need to
Now,
go out
trying to
there and purchase a fucking 5-bedroom house if you're comfortable in the 3-bedroom and there's no crime or
Guaranteed.
nothing going on. But the problem that we have is everybody trying to outdo
We trying to
everybody.
keep up with the
So
keep
Joneses.
them
You know what I'm
Joneses.
exactly.
saying? We
So
trying to
and
keep
and
up with the
the
Joneses.
crazy part about it is, fuck keeping up with the Joneses, stupid. Be the fucking Joneses. Show
Facts.
motherfuckers exactly what it is, my nigga.
I'm trying to
So,
be myself
And
and
that's
teach my
the and
kids to
that's
be
the
themselves.
problem. And that's the
We
problem
not
too.
being with nobody.
That's the
So
problem
now,
too.
oh, go
Everything
ahead.
is
I'm sorry.
material. Everything is materialism, bro. Everything has to be. It has to be some type of money. It got to be like. Listen, man. We are the generation that, especially as African Americans, since y'all want to keep throwing that out there as far as
I ain't
African
African.
Americans, because I'm saying,
I ain't African American.
but
I ain't never been to Africa in
as
my
as
life.
as black people, we this generation here, we have made the most money. Money is not the issue. Mentality is the issue.
Mental, 100%.
It's so many of us that people who look like us that are millionaires. Why you think they try to get rid of TikTok? You know why? Because so many of us was getting money, right? So it's not just the money that you making, it's what you do with the money. So to answer her question, it might take 2 to 3 generations for it to change, only because our mentalities are bullshit. Look at the shit that's on TV, bro. Like everybody watch reality TV. What's the I don't even know them girls' names, but I don't even watch that shit. But it be 50 girls on TV every other episode fighting each other. That's all you see going up and down clips on Instagram and TikTok. This is what we do as our people, bro. Our people, we thrive in negativity. And the moment that we change our mindsets is when I think everything in our life will change. But it got to start with you. Like listen, I hate agreeing with Bam sometimes because that nigga be sounding like an extremist sometimes. But he hit the nail on the head, bro. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you're not doing it,
Facts.
a lot of times it's because you're choosing not to. Everything is a choice, bro. I tell all my homies this. 98%, listen to what I said. I didn't say 90, 80. I said 98% of the things that go wrong in your life, you're responsible for. If you don't like that job, you chose that shit. If you don't like that woman or that man, you chose them. All the things that are in your
Your
life,
baby daddy, baby mother, your wife, your husband, you
the
pick
moment
those
that you
people.
accept that I fucked up, and that's the accountability part. The moment I say, yo, I fucked up, is the moment that you realize you can make a better decision. But if you keep saying, no, well, I come
He's
from
being
this
said no. I talked to him about
and
that
my
already.
life is like this, and yo, bro, I come from a family where my pops died when I was 4 years old. My mother was a crackhead. You hear what I'm telling you? My mom smoked crack. My mom's tried to sell me when I was 8 years old. 8 years old. You hear me? I'm a manager right now of a high company, making good bread, taking care of my family. What the fuck does that got to do with my past? Has nothing to do with my past. It's the decisions that you make today that change tomorrow, not what happened yesterday. You can't change what happened yesterday. It's the same thing with slavery. Yes, that shit was fucked up. You think them white people care? They don't give a fuck. You know why? Because they're up for generations. So what we need to focus on is stop focusing on them and focus on us. Just shift your mentality to us and growing with us and the infrastructure of black people. We are everything. Nothing
Yeah.
moves without us.
They
We
more
already
concerned
saw.
about us. They more concerned about us than
But here's the
we
thing.
should be about them. And I'm gonna tell you why
Facts.
they more concerned about us.
We
They're
already
more
have proven. We
hold
already
on,
have
hold on,
proven that the
hold
black dollar. Y'all ain't giving me a chance to say
hold
nothing.
on.
I
Nah,
just
you're
keep
right.
sitting here
That's my
not
fault.
saying it.
let me get 1 second. Let me get 1 second. I swear to God, then I'm gonna shut up, God. And I think I'm about to go lay back down. But anyway, let me just say this, man. And this is what I want to say to all people of color. You know what I'm saying? They should be more concerned about us. And if you look at people of color, look at us. Look, people back in the day, they had gotten more with less. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why they are more concerned about us than we should be about them. They had a 400-year head start, and we almost neck to neck with them. So they already know within the next 20, 30 years where the fuck these niggas gonna be, or what they will perceive to be as niggas. So at the end of the day, y'all gotta understand, man, that people of color, man, y'all beautiful. We creative fucking people. We made chitlins and made it a delicatessen. You know what I'm saying? We took the tail of an ox where they would throw that shit away, and we put some rice and peas with that motherfucker, and now that's a delicatessen. And these motherfuckers still eating asparagus tips and proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something on some real shit. Whenever we start to remember how creative we are, how creative we can be, I'm telling you right now, we could just overdo everything. And motherfuckers be looking up to us instead of always looking at us, oh, boots on the ground. That's the most creative shit we could come up with. Just think about it. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm just gonna check out. Now, I mean, I'm sitting up here sweating and shit.
We
I'm
appreciate
dead.
you, man.
Nah, man. You know, on some real shit, I'm just dedicated to my show, man. I thought I'd come up here for 15
Nah,
minutes, but
guaranteed.
my 15 minutes is over. I love you guys, man, and I'm gonna holler at you. Big bro, call me, man.
Okay,
Yo,
and real
appreciate
quick
you,
before
man.
you go, it's
Yeah.
delicacy. I don't know how you were saying it, but it's
He said
delicacy. Okay.
delicatessen.
Well, that's a red button. Both of you
Love
motherfuckers.
you.
Giving y'all that hitting y'all niggas. Fuck y'all.
So,
I like the way he said it.
I was at first I got stuck trying to figure out what he said that I didn't even. I'm gonna have to rewatch it to hear the rest of what he said because my brain was. I was trying to figure it out. Like, all right, I never heard that word before. Let me use context. And then I'm like,
I
this
never
don't the
heard that
math
word
ain't
before. It's
mathing.
crazy, man.
I'm like, wait, I
You
gotta
do
use
what the
my
fuck he was
context
saying, man.
clues.
Yeah, I'll do that to
Yes.
my boy. You do what the
So
fuck he
I'm
was
like,
saying.
is he trying to say delicacy? Like,
Yes,
is that what he
delicacy,
said?
a
And
delicatessen. You know, leave my
I
boy alone,
said,
man.
it can't be that that's what he's saying because why is he adding extra stuff in there? But anyway, what I was gonna say, hold on, because I was tying in. It was so many comments that came in that had things to say. Chronicles, this is not. I don't know where I was getting ready to pick up on before that cutoff situation happened, but I wanted to say that it's not that your one child is gonna completely change the whole change the whole world or whatever, or the whole population or our culture, right? But what it is that it starts within. So you could work, you teach. So right now, basically it's like this. Nobody taught your parents, your grandparents, you, whatever. You had to figure it out and learn, right? So you grab the information. Now you're pouring into your kid's cup. So this glass now, your glass, when your parents gave you your cup, it was empty. So when you give your child their cup is at least bare minimum gonna be half full. So now they can go ahead and continue and do like you and add more to it, and then be able to have more to pour into their kids' cups. And then it'll start spreading that way. And then each person that they come into contact with, they learning and teaching each other and helping each other. Everybody, like, again, just having this conversation alone, there's probably plenty of people that don't even know half the stuff that we talked about. That's like, oh, wow. And then now it's their job to continue to look further into it. And then, like Sheila was saying, it's like, oh, TikTok is teaching so much. It is. Now, of course, there's good and bad or whatever with it, but it is so super informative. You have access to lawyers that's giving you free advice, that's saying, hey, guys, when you buy a house, do this. Think of putting your property in a trust instead of just in a will, because when you die, a trust doesn't have to go through court. It's automatic. It just rolls over with no probate court. If you do a will, you put everything in a will, but you still got to go to a court, and a judge still has to say, even though you got it on paper, you done paid the money, you done filed it, you done did everything that you were supposed to do while you were living. You dead now, and now your family got to pay all this money just to get what's rightfully theirs that you laid out on paper.
And the reason that they got to pay it is because, the government want their money. That's what it is. That's all probate is.
But again,
probate is you're going to pay us first, and whatever's left over, we'll split it between your people.
But what I'm saying is this.
I'm saying your point.
We only heard of wills in general, right? Fact. That's all they talked about since the time.
That's what I was saying to Bam. That's what I was saying to Bam about the lack of information, right? So it's easy sometimes, and I don't want to be one of those black people, and this is why I still stay grounded, right, with who I am. Not saying that Bam is not grounded. That's not what I'm saying at all. Let me swing my point around. But that's why I try to stay grounded. Like, I don't let my success. I don't let the success that I've gotten make me forget, like, I was them niggas one time. At one time, I was a nigga that ran up in your pocket. I was a nigga that ran up in your mouth. And I understood as I've gained more knowledge how ignorant that was, right? But not everybody has that aha moment at the same time. Not everybody is privy to the information that I've come from. Like I said, I was blessed to go to those fresh air camps and see white people doing something different, so I knew something different could be done. Right? Some people come from places where they don't see the other side of that. They don't see it. So in them not seeing the other side of that, guess what? How can you grow? Right? It's the same thing with flowers. Flowers only grow when they watered, right? If you don't water them, they will not grow. That's the same thing. Look at water as knowledge. If you don't seek that knowledge, you won't grow. This is
the challenge where, again, they're coming from a generation that didn't even know that they were a flower, or didn't even know that they needed water to grow. They don't know that all you need is to me, I teach my kids, knowledge is power. Never stop looking for more. Whenever you learn something, look to learn something else. You think you learned it all, you mastered that, go learn something else. Go pick up a book, because one thing they can't do is take it from you once you got it locked in. That's what they can't do. And once we get there, it's gonna be unstoppable, because not for nothing, I don't typically get on here. Like, I'll say, like, all right, yeah, I had a tough life growing up, but like, people would never understand. I had a parent that also suffered from substance abuse, drug use, whatever, and I had multi-generational drug and alcohol abuse uses and all that kind of stuff. I raised me and my brothers by myself as a child, 12 years old, growing up. I literally, if I didn't feel like, so for me, for myself, I said, you know what? I didn't know the answers and I didn't have the answers, but I knew what I was seeing wasn't something that I wanted for myself. And I have made a promise to myself. I am not going to be like that. I'm never going to be like that. Like, you know how people go, I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to be like that, period. I didn't say this parent, that person. I didn't specify any of it. I didn't want to be constantly poor. I didn't want to be constantly uneducated about stuff where I was to go as a child. They were coming to me for answers. How did I get some of these answers? Reading these books. And then because I was reading these books and going places to free events and just trying to learn, it then put me into places with the people that had the answers, things that I never would have thought about. I would have never thought to pick up certain books. But again, you come into it's all about your surroundings. And I know you heard the phrase before. You don't
But you
want to
know,
be the smartest person in the room. You don't want to be in a room full of people that's doing things that you don't want to do. You surround yourself with people who are going places that you're
but
trying to
Des,
go to, or
you gotta put some more sauce on that too, right? I know you personally. I know you in real life, baby. Your personality is a lot. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a good way. Like
mm-hmm,
you seek it, right? You seek even our friendship, right? We seek this friendship. We put effort into this, right? You put effort into wanting more. A lot of people have to first accept and understand where you are.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Once you and when I say accept, I'm not saying be okay with it. I'm saying
mm-hmm,
like even towards what Bamboo was saying, right? When he was talking about shopping, I realized through people that I've been around, right, that a lot of times motherfuckers didn't have nothing when they was kids. So now when they get a little bit of something, you know what they do? They go spend it, right? Because emotionally they want to feel good, right?
mm-hmm,
Some people they chase sex. Some people go after sex. Some people go after clothes. Some people go after food. Everybody has their vice, right? And these
mm-hmm,
vices, until you accept and understand, like, yo, this shit is hurting me, and it doesn't have my best interest at heart, you won't be able to change. You won't be able
right,
to move forward, right? The reason that we in this generation are growing so much is because of our parents. We saw the shit we did not want to be. And that's not a
right,
shot at them, right? Because once I learned things that happened to my mother and I learned her circumstances, I had empathy for her and I had understanding. In the middle of it, I was like, nah, I hate her. Fuck her. She gave me up. You ain't want me. Da-da-da. But when you understand people's pain, you see, damn, like nobody helped you. Nobody tried to pull
mm-hmm,
you through that. Nobody tried to make you better. Right. So me having a daughter, I'm on top of her self-esteem. Like I'm
right.
one of those proud dads. Like let me tell you, right? When we talk about black and we talk about excellence, right? I give you a little snippet in my daughter's life, right? Look at this photo that my daughter drew, right? Um,
Move it up. There you go.
You see this right here? She,
Oh, tell me I said good
she's
job.
she's nine
Wait, put
years
it back,
old.
put it back, put it back, put it back. So it's
She's
bigger
9 years
on.
old.
Move it over some. There you go.
She's
That's a
nine
dope
years old.
picture.
Yo, she's 9 years old. She's 9 years old, right? So we try to push that to make her better, right? She sometimes she come to me with photos that she drew, and I'm like, that ain't it, baby. And
Mm-hmm,
she be like, damn, this nigga said that. Yeah, that ain't it. I want you to be better because I know you could be better. Cause I see what you've done. I see some of your work, right? I got a whole little closet in there. I take all her work and I put it in there and I'm gonna hold it for when she get older, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, like, bro, I didn't have that, right? I almost made it pro in certain sports without a father, without a mother. Nobody pushed me, but nobody kept it real with me neither. Nobody told me that if you go out here having sex, you can catch these diseases that can end your life. They didn't tell me that, right? So
mm-hmm,
imagine if I did that and I caught something and I died. They didn't tell me that, yo, hanging out with them niggas on the street, the reason they hang out there is because they have nowhere to go, right? A lot of people look at niggas hanging on the corner and like, all they do is hang on the corner. Yeah, because they probably getting beat in their house. They probably getting abused in their house. So again, you have to ask yourself, who are the people you have around you, right? Do you have
mm-hmm,
people doing better than you? Do you have people who are teaching you things that you don't know?
mm-hmm.
Like you have to, like Des said, you have to seek that knowledge, bro. And if you don't seek it, then you ain't gonna win. And that's just how it goes. And again,
Well, and unfortunately, we can't pull everybody up. So we're not gonna be able to get everybody
I
up
am,
and
I
force
am,
everybody to be
I
on
am.
board.
Super proud of myself. I cry every day. You heard? That's a fact. I get in the mirror. Des, we talk. She know. I'm super hard on myself. Super hard on myself, bro. Because again, I don't want even my wife. Fuck, let alone just my kid. I don't want my wife to experience no pain. Nigga, if I can give her a soft life, call me a simp, nigga. I don't care. My wife gonna live good. The women around me gonna live good. I went through that pain so they don't have to. Real shit. Real shit. So I am proud of myself all the time. I thank myself, but I also say to myself, like, yo, we ain't do enough. We good, but we ain't doing enough. We got
It's
more
like
to do.
you can't get comfortable, and that's the thing too. Some people do get comfortable. They start making a little bit of money, and then they
Mm-hmm.
just feel like, all right, I'm good here. And oh, I don't. And I'm not saying that everybody should strive to be a millionaire or whatever, because whatever. But just saying, oh, I finally making six figures now. I make 100,000, and then like I'm good. I'm good where I'm at, and
Yeah,
then
but
they
what
stop
did you
their
do with your
progress
body?
growth.
What did you do with your body? What you feed yourself? What you eating? You working out? You putting the money away for retirement? That's another thing motherfuckers don't talk about, right? I'm 37 years old. I know I don't look it. Nah, I'm fucking around. But I'm 37 years old, right? Where I'm gonna be when I'm 56, 57? Do you think I'm gonna still be trying to work this fucking hard? Do you think I'm gonna be trying to have two jobs, two careers, and man? Nah, man. So you gotta understand, like Ben was saying, you gotta learn to make your money work for you. Like you sleep, go get some Airbnbs, take
Residual income.
you know what I'm
If you
saying?
don't know
You
what that
leave.
is, Google residual income and then type in residual income on TikTok if you want short clips, or even on
Facts.
YouTube if you want longer videos. But residual income should be the goal, because again, I'm not saying we're supposed to be doing it because they doing it. I'm just saying we could be doing it because why not? That is for us too. Like we work hard too. We one of the hardest workers just as well. Some of us did get lazy over generations, but at the end of the day, it's in us. It is literally in us. We got to wake that lion up and
Mm-hmm.
get back to it. Get your residual income. That is money that's making money without you having to do nothing. You go ahead and you set it up. You put the initial work in, and then you let it. It's like a wheel that's going to keep spinning itself. For example, it could be, I'm not saying to do this, but just so people can understand what it is. If you wrote a book, right? You put the time and dedication in to write the book, to get maybe the pages illustrated, to get published, whatever. But once that book is selling, the work for that particular book is done. It's just sales, it's just rolling in, and it's done. You don't have to do anything else but wait for that money to come in, residual income. If you have a rental house, rental property, and people are paying you rent, you already done did your renovations, you done got it set up nice. Hopefully you ain't a shit landlord, but you got it all set up nice. You got the people in there, and the money is just coming every month. You're not doing nothing else to get that money. It's there. All of that are examples of residual income. But just again,
Yo,
these
bro,
are if you don't know what you don't know.
the knowledge is there. Let me tell y'all something, right? I'm gonna just drop this last little thing on y'all, right? I was working in NYU hospital, right? I had tore my bicep off the bone, right? Hurt myself working out, tore my bicep off the bone, all this up here, right? Got surgery, fixed it. I'm sitting at home, I'm getting a paycheck. In my mind, I'm like, nigga, I ain't going back to work. Fuck that, I ain't going back. Them niggas giving me my damn near 90% of my paycheck to sit at home. Shout out to 11.99. Nigga, I'm not going back. But then I start getting on TikTok and I start learning shit, right? I start learning that $10,000 that I got in taxes maybe 5-6 years ago, at that time, I threw it away. Yo, bro, I could have bought a laundromat. Laundromat at the time was $100,000. You only needed $10,000 to get in. The SBA would have cut you a check for another 90, and you got an automatic business. Guess what? I can sit at home now for real. Go check in on the spot, have somebody work there. I'm good. These are the things I didn't know, right? I didn't know. I got a credit score. I went out and bought a car. You know, when we was kids, you got a credit score. You went out and got some credit cards. You bought some clothes, ain't paid the shit back, fucked it up. But the lack of knowledge is why we did those things, right? Somebody not teaching us. Now, all of the tools are there. All of the tools are there. It's just up to us to take it. So to swing the whole Trav, I'm gonna hit you, Trav. We gonna talk. To swing the whole conversation back around, right?
Laundromats actually make good money.
Super good money. They're recession-proof business. And listen, we're not gonna get into this. We're gonna get into that on another episode. But to swing back to what Chronicles was saying, I see that you passionate in everything you write. You love your people. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I love my people too. I do not.
It's not just in New York, Ash. It's in any. There's a lot of in urban communities or low income communities, like next to trailer or mobile home communities, and next to the projects, next to places that have even apartment buildings that don't offer laundry hookups. People need to wash their clothes.
Just have the
They're gonna make
mentality of
money.
supply and demand. Just find a place. Just find a place where it's a lot of people and ain't a lot of places to wash. Right? I'm
No,
from
no,
New
no.
York.
We're not getting on you, Trav. Not getting on you at all. We just literally just putting information out. How do you know what you don't know? This is what we're talking about right here.
Trav. But Trav, listen.
Yeah.
Yo, Trav, you are a perfect example. That comment right there, this ain't no shot at you. It's all knowledge. That comment right there is a perfect example of what we're talking about, right? A lot of people don't have this information. That don't make you stupid because you don't have the information.
Nope, not at
not
all.
given to us. They hide that information from us for a reason, bro. There's a reason, bro. Yo, listen, even when it comes to taxes, right? Like when you're a business owner, I don't get no fucking taxes back if I own a business. No, but I get tax breaks within my business to make more bread because I'm helping. I'm doing a service.
You keep more of your income.
See what I'm saying? So it's like
so that's another thing too, guys. Just to throw out there, and I don't know. I feel like I may have said this before. Maybe I haven't, like in a previous live. But we had not we had. When you are on a W-2, your tax rate, yes, is in brackets of income, but generally speaking, the tax brackets are higher for any W-2 worker. Meaning if you work for somebody and they give you a paycheck, your tax rate, even as a low income, the lowest amount you could be taxed, that bracket is going to be higher than if you were self-employed. So if you were 1099, which falls under, you're a contractor, you're self-employed, you work for yourself. When you have that, right, you get I think it's like, well, I don't know what it is since Trump changed it. I know before it was previously like if you were a W-2, it was 32% or more of your income was taxed. And if you were 1099, it was 10%. Like it's a huge income difference in taxes. So again, you don't get a check back. However, the amount of money that you paid out is a lot lower, so you keep more of your money, and then you also able to write crazy shit off.
Just think of it like this: y'all lose y'all money during the year, get it back at the end. I keep my money during the year, keep it growing. That's just basically what it is. That's all it is. But again, like I said to Trav, like shout out to Preem too. Premium, what you just said was true. Because Poppy have a corner store, we all go shop there, and you don't even know he got another corner store 3 blocks down and a laundromat. You know what I'm saying?
He lives upstairs from one of them.
Facts. And I'm not telling everybody to be an entrepreneur. I'm not like, listen, a lot of times we as people follow trends, right? And we do what we see other people doing. So the number one thing everybody talking about right now is entrepreneur. Don't forget, right? All of us in this chat is probably 30 plus, maybe 28, right? We all remember when we was kids, if a nigga told you he was on entrepreneur, we all looked at him and told him he ain't had no job, he was broke.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to just jump on the bandwagon now and be like, yeah, man, be an entrepreneur. No, but what I want you to understand is to be self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? That's what Bamboo was saying when he was like, yo, we did more with less. We relied on each other. I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't fuck with Martin. I'm a Malcolm nigga. I feel like we should have never integrated. We should have stayed segregated because we won more. We win more when we stick together. The problem is so many people who look like us that when they get the opportunity to do better than us, they'll sell us under the bus. You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't no community nowadays. And that's promoted in the music. That's promoted in the social media. That's promoted in all spaces. We know you young, Sheila. But that's promoted in all spaces, y'all, is negativity.
Don't forget Ash, she young too.
Nah, facts. So it's like we just gotta. I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard. Like Bam said, we just gotta push it into our kids, man. You just gotta just think of mental health now and how we push it, right? Our parents ain't have mental health, gang. Nobody was worrying about Big Mama's way of life. Nobody was worrying about her thinking. Nobody was worried about your father when he left the house. You know what I'm saying? Now we think about those things, and I think it's a little bit oversaturated with those conversations as well, because I think through adversity makes you stronger, right? When you work out, your whole body hurt, right? Dez had to work out a couple years ago. When you work out, right, and you get in shape and you get strong,
that's
shit hurt.
crazy.
But
You
you
didn't
get
need to do
stronger
that.
though, right?
You didn't need to do that. That is crazy work.
You guys,
You really did not need to come for me like that, okay?
I didn't come for you. I'm just saying it's been a while. That's what I'm saying. Nothing crazy. But
wow.
what happened?
You know what? It's all right. I'm gonna holler at you when the live is over.
What you mean? I'm saying like, all right, man. But I'm just saying when you work out, right, that shit hurt. That's how you get stronger. It's breaking you down to build you up.
Yes, Bella. So many people say Des, but that's like for me when I hear Des, it's like Desiree or something like that. It's Destiny, not Destiny. Even though some people I have seen
I
somebody
call
call their
you
name
Des. I don't care what nobody else call you. I call you Des.
So yeah, I cringe a little bit every time, Bella. I'm glad you noticed that. I'm glad. I'm really, I feel the love.
Bella, with all due love and respect, shut up. She do not
No,
cringe.
don't come my girl. No, do not. I do. And wait, for you guys that are new here watching and you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and tell a friend.
Yo, where's Sean at? Let me hold on.
To
Let me get
what?
in here.
To what? To what, Rudy? To tell what?
Because you don't cringe. You do not cringe because people call you Des. Like, yo.
I do. But get your lines right. Tell a friend, tell a friend to what? Get your lines, bro.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that nigga he need to get his ass in here with us.
Yes, right. And then send it to some more niggas, okay? There you go. It wasn't that hard. Just stick to the script, okay? Now, don't make that face. I do cringe. I do. But it's all love. I know you're not doing it. If you were doing it to be funny, to try to piss me off, then we would have a problem.
Never.
But because it's love, And so, guys, now you had asked about, which actually already answered, but I wanted to address it too, as far as, supporting us and how do we get monetized. We have to have our viewer count up, which our viewership has been growing anyway. So that's coming. We almost have reached the goal for that. So just keep watching like you guys been doing. We need those subscribers up.
Like and subscribe. We need you guys to like and subscribe, nigga.
So we need you guys to literally
taking all our jewels. Don't be here taking all our sauce. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here with none of that. Eating all our chicken. If you not gonna leave some fetty, you heard? Like and subscribe, nigga.
So subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you guys anything to just be subscribed and watching. It won't cost you anything. Once we're monetized, it still won't cost you anything. You just do the same thing that you're doing now. If you want to contribute extra, which is what Sheila and Michelle said that they would like to do, that is, extra on the top. But we don't need, literally, if you could just share the video so it can get out there, something is going to go viral. I'm actually working on something because since Sean has been extremely busy with work, I'm playing my hand at editing. So we're gonna see your girl's work. So over this week here, I plan to have something out there, and I'm gonna post it on TikTok. And if you guys can do me a solid and share it, comment, just engage with it and everything, like it, share it, save it, and comment. By doing all of those, the algorithm will start pushing it out to more people. So if you guys can do that for me and Bamboo and our Moosers family here, we would greatly appreciate it because then it'll help it pick up traction and then get people, over here. Don't be yelling at her. She's pregnant. Don't talk to her like that.
I'm trying to show some love to my child. Like, can we please? Like, relax.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, Mia. So anyway.
That was the other one.
Oh, to the baby. No, you no. Hi. Oh my gosh, look at the belly.
All right, come on. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. Yeah, it ain't about you.
So anyway, he's so mad. He be jealous. But anyway, so we do need to do that TikTok trend. Matter of fact, Rudy, we gotta set up time to connect, get together, so we can do that. This is my, the trend where they being mad aggressive, telling them you like it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. So anyway, that's what we need. We need the support. And again, we're not trying to do this. Yes, the goal is to earn income. However, it's more so that we can do this full time. Just think about all of the information that we shared tonight, right? There's so much. I mean, that's not even a drop in the bucket compared to what's out there, right? And so if we can do this full time, get more information out there, be that kind of sounding board, but not just, it don't gotta be 100% of the time all business serious, serious, serious. It could be okay. We
Nah,
serious today.
y'all be
We
on
gonna
here
have back
cutting up.
today.
Y'all be on here
We
cutting
got
up.
but we
Y'all be
come
on here
up, we
cutting
don't
up.
ask tomorrow. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we it's we're all levels, and that's cool. So that people do feel comfortable, not like every day
Listen,
they got to get a lesson. You know what I
not
mean? Like
only
we
not
we
only
kind
do
of
I
laugh.
not only
We
do I
cry
know
together too. We cry.
Dez, not only do I know Dez in real life,
Oh,
right?
now you're trying to be funny.
Not facts. People like her and people like Bam, they message and the things that they talk about, bro,
Yeah.
is really needed in our community. We all watch podcasts. We all watch different things. I ain't gonna shout none of them out on none of this, but we all watch them and we
No,
see
we
things.
support, but that's the thing.
I'm not
I'm
saying
all
knocking them.
for
I'm just saying,
supporting.
yeah, when we get monetized and we making bread, then I'll say your name. Anyway, but what I'm saying is like people like y'all are needed, right? Spaces like this are needed. Yes, there's fun.
Here we go,
Like, yo, let's be
Trav.
real, bro. Our culture, yeah, there's a lot of negativity in it, but it's a lot of loving and caring in that shit too, bro. Even within the negativity, you know what I'm saying? But we need spaces like this that show people who are scared to grow that you can grow and you don't have to subscribe to no sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? To grow as a human being. You can grow as a person. You can grow and it's okay, bro. It's okay. I know, like, especially black men, the hardest thing I know with me was I ain't want to be no sellout. You heard? I ain't want to be no suck ass nigga. Nah, I don't want to be like them niggas. Nah, I get it though. Like, I get why being comfortable in my house, right? I don't live in an apartment. I live
Premium
in a
trying to be
house,
funny.
right? Like being comfortable in my environment and not living next door to a fucking psychopath that had murdered 20 people, right? Is important, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this. This is the last thing I'm really gonna say, right? Is I if I want to know who you are, and fuck whether I want to know who you are, if you want to know who you are, look at your 5 closest friends. At one point in my life, I can name 5 of my friends, right? Check it. One of my friends, he's doing 22 years in jail.
Shine.
Another one of my friends, he's doing 13 years in jail. Another one of my friends, he's scamming. He a bum. He gonna do what he do. One of my homegirls, I'm the godfather to her daughter. She trying to get her shit together. And one of my other homies, he got 2 kids by 2 different women that are the same age.
Oh
But he's
wow.
but
But
he's
wait,
getting his life together. And at that
Trav.
time where I was really close with them, my life was not going in a direction that I wanted it to go through. But I met people like this individual right here and a couple of new friends who have my mentality to grow. And my life has been doing nothing but going in this direction. So if you want to know why your life sometimes is not going in a direction,
Wait. Hold on. Let me see how you muted yourself.
yeah, I
You
muted myself. My
slamming,
fault.
you slamming the fist like
Nah,
King
facts,
Kong on
bro.
the
You know how I
motherfucking
get. I'm
keyboard.
passionate, bro. You know how I get. Like, but for real, like the people who are around you, bro. Like even her husband. That's my dog. You heard? Like he check up on me like nobody's business, bro. She do too, because you know she gonna jump in here and be like, "I be calling you, Rudy."
I wasn't gonna say
She do too,
nothing.
but like the relationship I got with Sean, we don't got to talk to each other every day. But that's my dog, and when I do chop it up with him, he teach me something. I teach him something. We learn. I never had friendships like that, bro. I used to always have friendships where I was the protector. I was the nigga with the knowledge. I had to do everything, and nobody pulled their weight. And then when shit hit the fan, I'm the nigga left holding the bullshit. And they like, "You're I'll let you." I don't me and Sean will never get into nothing like that. It'll always be positivity and family, and those are the type of people you need to have in your circle and in your environment. So yeah, man.
Well, I appreciate that. And then also, I wanted to answer Travis. Bamboo nickname is going to be Mauricio because he hates that. He don't call me no motherfucking Mauricio. My name is motherfucking Reese. So anyway, if I gotta be Dez and Sean gotta be Sean, he's gonna be Mauricio. Okay. So then I wanted to add to what you were saying as a final piece, and then we could go ahead and wrap this. But what I would like to say is, Ash said she reached her own limit. Guys, like Rudy said, you can't be scared to take a chance, right? At the end of the day, even the most successful businesses, I'm talking Fortune 500, they fail. You fail. Failing doesn't have to be a bad thing. Failing is a learning opportunity. You only if you have to analyze and know where you fucked up, how you fucked up, why you fucked up, and how going forward you're not gonna fuck up again, right? So you gotta be like,
because you got the answers to the test now. You got the answers to the test.
So you already learned. So I like to say fail forward, right?
Fail forward.
Because standing in the same spot doing nothing, that's a failure. That's the bad fail. But as long as you stepping forward, right? Even if you were supposed to go right and you went left, right? At least you moved, right? At least you moved. And then you learn. So now you take that knowledge. So when you go to reset, or maybe not reset, when you go to remat, whatever it is, even if you got to scratch the business and start all over again, you know what to do now, or at least in that area. And then guess what? You're going to fuck up and fail again on some other shit. And you're going to learn and you're going to grow, So anyway, just fail forward. Don't be scared. And I say this to y'all, and I constantly have to remind myself of this because I actually majored in small business management entrepreneurship. Like, that's how much I love entrepreneurship. I didn't do it for no trend. I literally went to school for this, and that is what my degree is, and I specialize in this. And I have so many business ideas. And then Sean would be like, because he's my biggest supporter, why don't you just do it, just do it, just do it. And I'm like, oh, but like, what if we this, what if we lose our savings, what if we this, fucking, we just got, then we build it back up, then we just try again, then we do something else, then we just see, because again, I'm not just taking stuff and just throwing it on a whim. I'm researching, I'm getting market information, I'm trying to figure all of this stuff out. So anyway, at the end of the day, do something, go look up something, research something, go pick up a book, go, if you don't, do the fucking audio book. Listen, everything can't be about hood, ratchet, all this. We need just try to do the self-help, self-build, money, success, those type of books. That's what we need. Okay. So with that being said, I want to thank you again, Rudy, for being here. Stop trying to read. Just I see you. Stop trying to read. That's not for you, bro. I got that locked in. Okay. I got it locked in. So
I ain't even read it. I'm playing 2K. You want me to be honest? I'm playing 2K. So do your thing.
Oh, and you're not playing no 2K because then you a bum and you losing. Well, you suck.
Girl, please.
You lost. If you had real passion in it, we would have heard and known about it. So anyway. So anyway, Chronicles, we are here for you. You do have us in real life. If you want to talk, we could be each other's accountability partners. We could be pinging ideas off of each other. Right. We can be, and this is not just for Chronicles. This is for any of my Losers family here. I literally
am. Trav, I gotta get with you too, Trav. I need your email or something, man. Like, we need to chop it up, gang.
Well, I keep trying to put it out there. So again, if y'all, I don't give a fuck if y'all gotta create a fucking Google Voice phone number and fucking email it to matterofopinions@gmail.com. So
you know what we should do?
And reach out to you.
Yo, that's an idea too. Look, that's an idea. We need to get a Google phone number and let them call in.
Well, we got the email for them to email.
Nah, no, but I'm saying so they could talk live.
Well, we have no. They can get on. I'm talking about to talk outside of, outside of this, because then we could be, hey, I was thinking about this. What do you guys think this? And just helping to support each other because we don't have that.
And support systems make life easy, bro. They do. When you have people to lean on that you can have a conversation with,
it takes the weight off.
Bro, listen, man. Mentally, bro, I'm gonna be real. Let me pause this shit. Mentally, bro, as black people in this country, bro, we are fucked up. And the reason that we fucked up is because the more we try to move forward, the more we find a new obstacle that's holding us back, that a lot of other different races don't have to go through. But the moment that we're able to lean on each other, people who really care, and not only just care about you, but they care about themselves, right? Because the reason you need people around you that are good, because you need them to love themselves. How can somebody ever love you if they don't love themselves? You understand? Right. So when you find people who genuinely care about themselves and they show that to you, That's how you grow. So you keep those people in your pocket. You keep those people around. You know what I'm saying? So community is
Thank you,
important.
Sheila. Right, it is. It is. Because here's the thing though. You might be thinking about something and you're not thinking of another obstacle or another angle or whatever the case may be. And as soon as you ping it off to somebody else, they're going to help you to help avoid those many failures that you're going to come across. And it lessens the blow or lessens it from happening altogether. It's better, two heads is better than one. And
Facts.
again, you have to be willing to do stuff to help each other, not always for a monetary gain. If I can help you level up and you take off, great. So when it's my opportunity, you help me and I
Facts.
level off. We're not trying to pocket watch. We're not trying to drag each other down like a crab in a barrel mentality. We're trying to help and boost each other up, not pull each other down.
That's a
And
fact.
so that's what we need,
And
and
in
that's
this day and
what I
age,
like
you
to do.
see, it's enough money for all of us, y'all.
Right? Yeah.
A dude, one of
It
the
is.
dudes, one of the little young dudes that do streaming just signed a deal for 600 million. We all could get some money, man. It's money out there. There ain't no reason for us to hate on each other, man. It's not. This
Nope.
ain't 1980 where it's only 4 black people that they letting in, bro. We pushed our way through them doors. Like Bam said, in the next couple
Kick
of
them
years, these
down.
motherfuckers had a 400-year head start, and we still on their motherfucking heels, boy. We on their
And
heels.
we've shown them that the black dollar is powerful because Target fucked around and found out. These businesses
But
is
we
fucking
just
around and
gotta
finding
show
out.
ourselves that the black dollar is powerful. That's the problem.
And believe it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
okay, guys. Well, that is gonna wrap this episode. Again, thank you, Rudy, for being here. If you guys are watching and not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share,
New
and
shit.
tell a friend and
New
tell a friend
shit.
to
Hit that
what
subscribe
say.
button and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend, bring your ass in here, nigga.
See, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So with that, we're gonna give you guys a red button and just stand by for Friday. If BM can't get one, we'll see. I can technically do it by myself. We'll see. We'll just play by ear. Maybe Rudy will come on again, whatever the case may be. But
I
we
might
out of
pop
here,
out.
Moosers Gengi. We'll give you the red button and hit y'all with the swirl, guys. Later. Good night.